Hi, mathematicians. In example number 1, I'm going to show you what we need to do in order to subtract a negative number. And you'll recall back from your elementary school days, probably, what is the little kid, kind of the baby version of the way we used to describe subtraction? Think about it. The word take, or I guess I shouldn't say word. It's more like the phrase. Oh, my handwriting's really bad. Sorry, guys. So we use the word take away or the expression take away to mean subtraction, right? Well, what if you're taking away, in this case, we're taking away a negative. So if a number has a negative number, but then you take it away, what does that mean that now it's going to become? It means it's going to turn it into a positive. So this problem is really -8 plus 3. And you've already answered questions on your pretest correctly and done some practice over a problem like this, right? Because this just becomes an addition problem. So remember, we've talked about before how you add numbers that have a different sign. So you've got to find the difference between those two numbers. So what's the difference between 8 and 3? Well, 8 minus 3 is going to give you 5 for that difference. And then you need to ask yourself, in the original problem, did you have more positives or did you have more negatives? So we had 8 negatives, but we only had 3 positives. So because we had more negatives, that means that our sum is going to be a -5. So your final answer here is -5. So let's look at another one very similar to that very quickly. So in your head, think about what is going to happen when you, again, are subtracting a -8. So you're taking away that negative. So take a second to think about that answer in your head. What's going to happen? You got it, friends. Exactly. That's going to be a +8. So this becomes the problem -12 plus 8. So the first thing we need to do is find the difference. So 12 minus 8 means we're going to have 4. And then which one do we have more of? Do we have more negatives or do we have more positives? Well, we have more negatives. So that means our final sum is going to be a -4. And in one last example, once again, we are still doing minus a negative. So what's going to happen with that minus a negative? It's going to turn it into a +6. So we've got the problem +8 plus +6. So since they're the same sign, they're both positives, we're simply going to add, and we're going to keep that sign. So 8 plus 6 gives us 14, and it's going to be a +14 because they both were positive numbers.